Hey friends, I'm just getting set up here. Hey Kevin Z. I don't know what happened there. Whatever, I made it happen. I'm my own IT guy slash saw porter slash water hauler. You guys hear me okay? Right on. Okay, let's get rocking and rolling. I got the fire going here. I'm super excited. It's Christmas. Okay, how you guys doing? Here I am. Just set up the old phone ski here. There we go. Actually, I'm going to leave this on, friends. It's kind of cold in here. Whew. Little Kenora dinner jacket action. Whoa. How you guys doing? Tea, half sugar. Or no, I didn't put sugar in here. Half honey, a little bit of decaf tea. What do you guys know? What's happening on this here lovely Friday night? Who's in here? Stevie Thoreau, John Arnett, Kevin Duff, Jordan Teets. Oh, I backed out here, friends. I hit a button with the old Mark II sausage fingers. Hold on, friends. There we go. There we go. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sitting in the deer blind. That's funny. Watching the Tin Man. We'll have to be very quiet. We're hunting rabbits. Logger Al, how's it going, buddy? Mike Fleming. You guys been on this channel forever. Solid Rock Saw Shop, Dan's House of Smoke and Outdoors. Aaron Powell. How you guys doing? I'm excited. It's Christmas holidays. We're shutting her down for Christmas. What a week. Stevie Letts. You've been waiting. I don't know. I'm still figuring out this live stream thing, friends. So I'm getting there. So what's going on, guys? What are you guys working on? What have you guys been doing? Lineman 5813. Cold here, 20 degrees Fahrenheit. It is -4, -5 Fahrenheit here. About -20, I think. Chippy, how cold is it right now? Chippy's local to me. Working on my 44 right now. Aren't those 44s amazing, Walker saws? Where is mine? I should pull it down, shouldn't I, friends? That little 44, that is the angriest little chainsaw ever made. Like, I can't think of another saw that's more crazy. Hey, Dino McGarry, thanks, buddy. Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope you all have a great time from the land down under. Thanks, Dino. You know, it's funny, friends. The Australians and the Canadians, I find we're very similar. I don't know if it's because we were both Commonwealths at one time. Maybe we still are. I don't know. But the Australians, they're good, easygoing, salt of the earth people. I find. I love Australia. I'd love to go there. Someone was working on a 2100. You know, friends, I've never run a 2100. I'll get one of these days. I've run a 298. My buddy has a low mile pristine 298, and wow. Aaron Kinter just started at Johnster at 630 and 272 conversion. Excited. That'll be a good saw. I think the red paint adds half a horsepower. You guys have seen my little Johnny Red there. That thing's just an animal. Just got a 395. What a beast. Yeah, Sam. Those big boy saws they're fun. Working on a J-Red 2156 and 254 XP. Good saws. Love my 044. Bought on the recommendations of Tin Man. Right on. Oh, Steve's Small Engine Saloon. Canada, eh? When I come to Nanaimo, Steve, I'm going to shake your hand. You're a good fella. I love that's Steve's Small Engine Saloon. That guy, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I have a lot of small engine stuff around this farm, and every time I have a problem, I Google it or go on the YouTubes, and there's Steve, and like he does it in a way that I can understand. Thanks, Steve. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up, friends. I'm about to be putting a 262 top end on a dead 257. Not much of an upgrade. JT, actually, I've owned both. I had a pristine 257 and a pristine early 262, the one with the good carburetor on it. In my opinion, a 262 will run with a good 266 right out of the box. And it's lighter. The only reason why I don't have mine, my good buddy had never had one. And he's in his 50s. He likes a lighter saw, and he was, he really liked that saw. So I, take it, buddy. Trying to find a full wrap for a 266. I looked for one for years. Mr. TK. TK, I don't know if you're out there, buddy, but thank you. He sent me one. That's the only full wrap. I got to get my 266 back, though. Fab Willie's got it. Yeah, hey, Chippy, Steve is an awesome guy. He's Canadian. He's Canadian like hockey, eh? Did I pass my wet inspection? No, I did not. I got to modify where it passes through the roof. I made a critical error. I've never done that before. I asked what questions I could of the few people I know. I didn't get the right info. I went for it, friends, and I got to do a few little things. I'll probably do those tomorrow morning. I'll film it, and then it passed. Everything else was good. Chimney height, my base, everything. Hearth is good, so no big deal. I'm kind of sad. Like I wanted to go live the first fire in the house, but we'll do that. Is a 266 any lighter than a 268? I don't think so. How does the 162 compare to a 266? 266 is stronger, Chippy. A 162 and a 630 Super John Shredder are the same saw. Very, very strong. You probably won't want for power. I never have running a 630, but they're not. 266 is angrier. Who did I miss here? Dean McGarry. Oh, Sugar Fun. Thanks, Chippy. That Chippy's a good fella. He's a local. Merry Christmas, Keto Carla from Kansas. Never been to Kansas. Hey, it's Jordan Marg here. Jordan, I saw you sent an email. I'll check it out when I get into the house, buddy, or at some point. I think you air leak. I'll help you out, buddy. I wanted to mention that. Only 44 seed was for parts for 450. Yep. Oh, Stevie Letts. Thank you, Stevie. Merry Christmas, buddy. I like that Stevie Letts, friends. He's I'm gonna have to get him to paint me up a saw. I got a couple of old Pioneers. I'd like one hanging in the background once we get a little bit of a better studio going on instead of the old Tin Man's chicken coop. This was a chicken coop, friends. There used to be a wall here, and there was a heater, and I guess that was like a hatchery, and this was like a storage shed for chicken stuff. I'm not a chicken farmer, but you guys know the feeders and all that kind of stuff. And then the back of this shop used to have a 70 by 60 Quonset. We knocked her down. I'll have to put footage of that. I knocked it down with my skid steer. It was epic. But yeah, there used to be a staircase here. Fab Willie and I actually framed this whole side of the shop. I built new trusses and brand new roof shingles. It was fun. This shop used to leak water so bad. I would move where my bench was just so that I didn't get rain on my head. True story. Will 390 full wrap fit a 395? I don't know. I've never had a 390. I have a 385 here somewhere, but it doesn't have a full wrap. I think you could still get a 395 wrap. Pentecost 66. When am I going to rebuild that YZ? It's right there. One of these days. The problem is for me at this point in my life is just time. And I know if I pull it apart and strip it down, I'm going to have to throw it in boxes. And I hate doing that. So I've kind of just left it together. RC Highfield 1. Hey, buddy. Thank you. No comment. Just helping out the channel. You know, guys, I really appreciate you guys helping out this channel. I started YouTube just to share info. It means a lot to me when you guys take your time and help this channel out, sending saws, words of encouragement, all that stuff. I really appreciate it. Like, seriously, guys. That way, I like getting different saws because then I can show them on YouTube, take them apart. We can port them, modify them, whatever we want to do. And it's more content. And that way I don't have to take a bunch of saw builds to, you know what I mean, to have saws. I really, really just like making YouTube videos. So, and you guys make that happen. This whole channel is supported by you guys. So I really appreciate that. There you go. Nothing but chainsaws. There's a feller that knows his saws. 394 and 395 are the same case. Yeah, same full wrap. If you order a 395, it'll bolt on a 394 for sure. Pipe 3270. I actually got another 3270 coming. And yeah, we should pipe it. I think I have 4 or 5 of those now. We'll definitely do something. Hold on here, friends. There we go. You ever get that little whistle from the gas cap on a chainsaw? I could hear this thing venting. I thought it was the old tin-itis, the Tin Man in my ear. Dave DePetro, Mr. Tin Man, will any other 200 series full wrap Husqvarna handles fit the 266? Now, I haven't personally done this, Dave, but I think it was Buckin. Buckin told me he puts 372 handles on them. You gotta spread them a little bit, I think, and drill maybe one hole, but you can mount a 372 handle onto a 266. I think Buckin told me that. We'll ask him if he drops in. Billy from Philly, you've been here a long time, buddy. I remember your early videos. You rock, man. Keep being you. Thanks, Billy. Me is the only thing I know how to be, friends. I don't know how to be anything. Jordan Teets, hope this helps the channel, Mr. Tin Man. I've learned a ton from you so far. It's so much fun to be here. Thank you sincerely. Merry Christmas, buddy, to you and everyone on the channel. Thank you, Jordan. Merry Christmas, buddy. It means a lot. It really does. If I don't have to be driving around picking up saws, which I still do, not as much as I used to. There's definitely more saws for sale in my neighborhood. I used to drive around a lot during the week, friends, buying up saws so that I could make, more content on the weekend. So, you guys are a huge help. Southern Ohio here, just put crank seals in my 61 272. Thanks to you. Right on, Headhunter. They're not bad, eh? Friends, the first time I did crank seals, MS260, and I was sweating. Don't hammer it in too far. Don't hammer it in too far. And guess what I did? I hammered it in too far. Crooked. This takes practice. Oh, Lisa Shear. Thank you, Lisa. That's awesome. Did I miss anybody here? Friends, if I miss a super chat. Oh, Nick Pixel. Merry Christmas to you and your family and everyone. Nick Pixel, congratulations, buddy. I'm so happy for you guys. That video, I opened up that video and watched it. Nick, like seriously, buddy, that is awesome. I'm so happy for you guys. I'll have to hit you up on the WhatsApp, buddy. Thank you, Nick. Jake Christensen, you'll donate the pipe. Jake, if you're a welder and you want to make a pipe and you think it's something, even if it doesn't work, right? If you, I've had guys offer to make me pipes. Friends, if you want to make something and you think it'll help, performance, I'm all ears. I'm only one guy, and there's only so many things I can do. If you guys are welders and you want to make pipes, you got a pipe that's cool, send me an email. I would love to try it. That'd be awesome. I am not a welder, friends. I'm a halfway competent grinder. Let me get caught up here. No, it won't raise compression. Will installing a piston, if it is backwards, will it raise the compression? No. Pat F, if you install a piston backwards, the locator pins will be on the exhaust port on 99% of two strokes. And what will happen is, as the ring's going in and out of the exhaust port, that little gap, you'll catch a ring usually and blow the saw up. I actually put a saw together once. I thought the piston was in backwards. I took it apart. Hey friends, any mistake you guys can make, don't be embarrassed. I've made them all. That's why I make content. Hey, I'm doing this. This is what I do. I've made all those mistakes. Right on, Chippy. Sorry, I should have brought my reading spectacles. I'll keep that in mind, buddy. Thanks. Wayne the Duke Lamont. Hey, buddy. If I knew what was required to make pipes, I'd be all over that. We have a ton of scrap sitting around. You know what's required to make pipes? An imagination and just try things. I've made pipes. I thought that first pipe for buckin saw was going to be incredible. It was no good. The key to making a good pipe is to have a good feel for how saws run. Certain people are very in tune to a chainsaw. Buckin, I have never met a person that is so in tune with how a saw should run that doesn't build them. That's one thing I love about sending Buckin saws. He gives me honest, real world feedback, and I make notes. And that man just has an incredible understanding of not only how a saw should run, but how to run a saw to its best ability. Remember that video, friends, with Bear Claw, and he was running the hot rod home light? I've watched that video a bazillion times, and when you listen to him running that saw, what do you hear? Steady, perfect RPM. That's a man who knows how to run a saw. And guys like that, to get them to run your saws, they will find where you can do better, or you know what I mean, friends? So I'm just a saw builder. I need guys like that. I always tell Buckin, he's the driver. I'm just the car builder, right? You need the driver to tell you. Be ready. Florida checking in. Merry Christmas. Love all the stuff we learned here. Right on. I love Florida. I've been there many times. I would love to go back. I have a Husqvarna 261. What coil are interchangeable? Is that a single piece coil or a two piece? If it's single piece, it probably 272, 268 will be the same. I've never had a 261 here. Wayne the Duke Lamont, to make a pipe, know how air flows. Air acts a lot like water. If water won't flow easily through the muffler, the exhaust will not flow either. Yeah, and that's the truth. Now, and the other thing is, what works on one saw, I mean, friends, here, let me grab the 850, friends. Let's look at that muffler in real time. I didn't think that muffler would work. I know why. I'm just going to grab it. It's right here on the bench, friends. Let's see if you guys can get a good view on this. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see this. This thing is darn near straight through, friends. And it is cool. Remember the original one went up and curved down. I thought this saw wanted open and then more back pressure. It didn't. It wanted straight through. This thing is loud, friends, but this pipe is 3/4. It goes 1 inch to 3/4. So, and again, it's all trial and error. I think I made 3 pipes before I got one that I liked. Actually, the funny thing is that buckin, I had this pipe a little bit longer, and he asked me to cut it on an angle. And I think buckin made this what it is. He definitely knows pipes. So I listened to him because I learned so much from these guys. But there you guys go. I gotta put this thing in the wood this weekend, and we'll mail it to buckin. I want him to get this sooner than later. Here we go. Here, I'll get caught up on you guys. Paul Trummer, Merry Christmas to you and your family. Do you have any pointers on porting 372? I've rebuilt them and worked on them, but never ported. Thinking I'd give it a try. You know what, Paul? You guys want to laugh? I've never ported a 372. Never. Not even once. Those saws don't exist here. I'm going to get one, and when I do, we'll do it on the channel. Now, Paul, if you want to port a 372, go over to the Iron Horses page. He has done many of them. He did a whole tutorial, which actually got me started. That man taught me more about porting in his first videos. Go early on in Harvey's channels. He was working on 372s pretty steady, and Harvey builds a fast saw, and they seem to be reliable, and they have good runability. And the way I know that, friends, is when Buckin's doing work, what's he running? He's running Iron Horse 372, which, you know. Sagebrush Hillbilly. Thanks for joining, buddy. I like that Sagebrush Hillbilly. He's a good feller. Pipe a 266 and tried it, but I know you can do it better. Plus, it's not ported yet. Better's a subjective thing. 2 geniuses and a redneck. That's actually a funny name. Ported saws want to breathe because they move a lot of air. So it's like piping a ported saw is a lot easier than piping a stock saw. Too open on a stock saw, they tend to go really lean. So you got to be where on a ported saw, the whole idea is to keep the heat out of the saw. So it just takes practice. I was not born porting. Good day, Tin Man from Kingston, Ohio. Ohio. Can you tell it's Friday night, friends? Kingston, Ontario. Jason Mercer. Jason's a good friend of this channel. Hey, buddy. Right here. Hey, I think of you often, buddy. I appreciate you. Jason sent me Canadian Vintage Chainsaw Hoarders. I might have to pop in there one of these days. I don't do the Facebook, but maybe I'll have to come in and say hello. Apparently there's a lot of people that hang out on this channel there. A bunch of us were on the wrong feed. Yeah, sorry, Hillbilly. I don't know what happened. I couldn't get into that feed to go live, so sorry. Jason. Yeah, probably what I'm going to do next time, friends, is I'm still learning this YouTube thing, believe it or not. I've been doing this, almost 3 years now. Next time I'm going to go live, I'll probably just put like a community post, and then I'll just go live when it's time. I couldn't figure out how to get back into the live. Paging Nick Pixel. Is there an IT guy in the house? Going to build and port 61 272 over Christmas break. So much info on Tin Man and Harv's channel. Right on, Riley. If you have any trouble, buddies, shoot me an email. I should see it. I'm going to be off for the next couple of weeks, so I'll have more time to email. I love these saws. They're good saws. Not the easiest saw. I'm going to say one thing. If you guys are going to port one of these, don't go too high on your exhaust roof because these are short stroke. They are very picky. I like porting these because they're difficult to get really zinging and still keep your torque curve. So, keep your exhaust roof below, on a 272, keep it below 98. This one's at 99. It's good. I probably could have bumped it up to 98, but without doing machine work in that, these things don't handle a lot of drop and compression. Of course, when you raise your exhaust roof, you lose some compression. So, as it turns out, hey, Tin Man, my 14-year-old is a wood turner and loves your channel. He would love to receive this 268 from you for Christmas. He has a big dreams. What's his name? As it turns out. That's awesome. The children, there's a lot of youngsters that hang on to this channel. Youngsters need role models, and if I can teach stuff like this to the up and comers, I think that's what we need more of. I'm having a terrible time with tilts and carb on my 200 Mac, not getting fuel. Oh, carb problems can be the worst. Saw Buckin run the Iron Horse 370, 271? No, 371, right? Yeah. On that twin seater right next to the house. Nice saw. It's funny too, friends. Harvey ported that cylinder and mailed it to Buckin. So, without having the saw, friends, I believe. Is that the same saw? I think that's the one he mailed. Or maybe the 371 is the newest one he did. Either way, though, Harvey's a master. He's been porting for 30, 35 years, something like that. I'm blessed to know the Iron Horse. I got a line on some 372 turd saws. If I score them, I'll be sending one your way. Right on, John. That would be awesome. I would appreciate that, buddy. 2 series for life. Yeah, I love the 2 series. Nothing but chainsaws. I seen you there you were at the Hopper stock, weren't you, buddy? I didn't have a lot of time this week. We were just pounding out the work. I want to watch some of that Hopper stock footage. Tin Man, do you or anyone have any tips on matching aftermarket pistons up to OEM cylinders that are not made anymore? I have a Mac Double Eagle 50. I'd like to put a new piston. Well, Nicholas, unfortunately, Mac pistons are pretty unobtainium. The problem is with Mac pistons is the bearings press into the piston and the wrist pin, or the gudgeon, as Bill Walk would say, is pressed into the rod. So the wrist pin is actually stuck in the rod and it doesn't spin. On a regular saw, the wrist pin is in the rod, of course. That's the problem with Macs, is it's getting really, really hard to make pistons. And most Macs have an A and a B and sometimes a C cylinder. So you can need 3 piston sizes for each model of Mac. That's why you guys see when I port a Mac, I often will just clean up the piston and put it back together because I can't find another piston. So there is an aftermarket company making them. I have one here. I have not tried them. The reviews, people have told me they've had ho-hum results with those. So I don't even know if I would try and use one. So how's the Echo 590 going? It's over there on the shelf. I'm going to try and jump back into that when I'm on holidays. That saw is going to need a full day. And when I have a full day, which I haven't had for a while, I'll jump back into it and see what I can get going on. I got to get caught up. I'm way behind. 200 series for life. Love it. They just don't make power heads like they used to. Yeah. These old saws, they're just quality. The plastic. I mean, look at this thing, friends. This saw is 33 years old. Almost 34. Let's see. What's the build date? Yeah, this thing's almost 34 years old. It is just quality through and through. That's the world we live in. I'll just keep running the old saws. What this is buckin here? I didn't see you, buckin. I'm flapping. How you doing, buddy? Buckin, a fellow here asked a question. What wrap handle fits on a 266? It was a 372, right? Merry Christmas, gentlemen, from Cobble Hill, Vancouver Island. That sounds like a nice place to be. I bet you it's warm there right now, eh? You know, friends, as I get older, I'm like, why don't I live on Vancouver Island? It's not snowing there 4 or 5 months of the year. Oh, that's funny. Oh, Steve Small Engine's back. I like that, Steve. Good fella. Oh, there we go. You can make it work. Yeah. So whoever asked that, I can't remember who did. There you go. Fucking says 372. I'm going to try that. Maybe I should order one and I'll fit it up on video sometime. I got 3 or 4 saws of that chassis that I want to. Now that I run wrap handles, I don't like half wraps anymore. I don't want to run them. I find I cut from the wrong side. You guys will see me in videos and I'm doing this because I'm used to having a full wrappy dappy. I just find a full wrap's like a Swiss Army knife. You can hold that saw in any direction. Just reading here. I forgot my squints. I got reading glasses now, and I have not incorporated them into my day-to-day. I'm not used to wearing glasses. We haven't got too much snow here yet, which is surprising, but it's like Vancouver Island. It's like livable all the time. Yeah, it's funny that you guys aren't that cold there, Nick. Is that because of the lakes, or I don't understand not cold in winter. That is a completely foreign. It's strange to me. Not like it's cold here, friends. It's minus 40, minus 50 for weeks and weeks in January. I'm just used to that. Hence the reason why we cut wood up here is it's cold. Like this shop, I wouldn't even be able to use this all winter if I didn't have firewood. I can't imagine walking outside and it's, not too cold. That'd be pretty neat. I've never experienced that. Kevin Smith, hi Tin Man. That turd saw I was working on is done. Mild port work, new ring, crank seals, and intake boot. Turned out awesome. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Next is a 266. Right on, Kevin. People out there, that's what keeps me going. When you guys send me emails, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of emails have come through with you guys sending me videos of your saws murdering wood. And I'm like, and you go, you helped me did this or do this. And I'm just like, it feels good. I'm not going to be that guy that's going to hoard knowledge. I don't want to be like that. Porting saws is so much fun. You get more wood on the truck. They sound cool. They make you feel good. And every one of these saws that I build, I put a little bit of myself into it. I'm very proud of it. Every saw. I'm very proud of this saw. And, the pride of craftsmanship, whether it be an axe or, that's what keeps me going. Whether installing that fireplace, rebuilding this shop, I like to work with my hands. I'm always working and doing something. Then if I can help people that maybe my dad was always working in the shop when I was a young kid. So I had a father around, but maybe some of you didn't, or if I can share the knowledge and get you guys puttering in your shops, um, personally, I need it. It's like it's therapeutic for me to hang out in the shop, put the little tunes on. That's what started my YouTube. I just turned the camera on one day, and here I am. If you did a Holzform, a Pharmatech 372 kit build and port, I think it would be of interest. I'm still on the fence about those Holzform saws. I've never had one. Um, I don't know. It seems like to me, for the price of them and the parts I'd have to change, for me, I'm almost better off to just buy a blown up saw. Um, I don't know. Maybe one day I never say never. Maybe one day I'll pick one of those up. Hey, Hicks Hickory. Hey, brother. Merry Christmas. Supporting our army. Right on, buddy. I hear you make a heck of an axe handle, and if I can help you in any way, buddy, I'm happy to. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I love seeing other people invest in themselves, and the minute I started giving and filming and making YouTube, my life's so much better now, friends, and it's because of you guys. So I appreciate it. Thanks, Hicks. Okay, what do we got here? My buddy put a West Coast bark box on his 500i. It's insane. Yeah, and Ben, I haven't tried a 500i yet. Maybe one day. I'm very interested in that saw just because it's different. I'm just gonna take a sip here, friends. I've been on a loud job site all day and minus 20 yelling. So just give me a second here. I love my tea. I'm super interested in that saw just because it's weird. Um, I wouldn't mind porting one just because it's something different. I don't generally do new saws, but who knows? Maybe in the future I'll pick one of those up. I'm waiting for one to show up blown up in a classified or something. Because generally I buy saws blown up. It's very rare I get a working saw out of the deal. Thank you, Beanerish75. Wow, thank you. You guys are way too good to this guy. It's incredible. Maybe. Uh-oh. I didn't realize Pixel was watching. Yeah, a 500i Pixel would be neat. I would like to run it against my ported 461. I know. So I have a buddy that I build saws for in Texas, and one of the guys, he has a tree company and another guy does. They work together. That guy runs a 500i. I've had numerous videos sent to me in that, and I know about how fast they are out of the box. So I'd be curious to see what I could do with one. I'm sure Donnie Walker could help me with that. It'd be interesting. This channel's like a big family of saw fanatics. It is, isn't it? You know what I love about this channel, friends? You guys are nice, you're polite, you help each other out. Like, this channel's great. Positivity is the only thing we'll ever do here. I don't do negative. You guys will just never see it from me. I was negative, friends, seriously. I spent a lot of years being negative. We were down and out. We were in hard times here, and you know what? One day I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to be positive. And that day forward, I never looked back. And it's like, now life is what it is, right? There's good times and bad times. But the way I look at it, if you don't have bad times, how will you ever know when the good times are happening, right? So everything happens for a reason. And, maybe one day I'll tell the story of how Mrs. Tinman and I ended up on this farm. Something bad happened, and we ended up on this farm after that. So we always joke, if all that bad stuff didn't happen, we wouldn't have moved here. So everything happens for a reason. That's right, Sagebrush. Only building up, never tearing down. Yeah, friends, I don't know what it is with men in general and hobbies, but you'll never see me tear down a saw builder. I don't understand that. I don't get it. Everybody builds a different saw. Everybody cuts different wood, long bars, short bars. Like, if you're in a locality with hardwood, really dense hardwood, you're probably going to build a different saw than I do. I like a really fast saw with a higher exhaust roof because that's what we need for here. So, my saw might not be good for you and your saw might not be good for me. Does that mean we can't be friends? No, that's silly. That means you and I can get on the WhatsApp and we can trade moves and make each other better. Like, that's how I look at it. And that's the way I am. Like, when I meet another builder and we end up becoming friends and we swap moves, I'm just like, we make each other better builders, and that's the fun. And then I help you guys with your builds. It's good. I'm flapping. Uh-oh. Buckin. And he doesn't even say, Buckin, I'll get you back. Friends, that Buckin Billy Ray's a good fella. He's my good friend, and Buckin, thank you, buddy. I really mean that. I'm going to leave it at that, or I'm going to get misty. Would love to see you look over 500i. One of these days I'll get one. Oh, Buckin. I'm flapping here, friends. Yeah, kindness. That's right, friends. I'm way behind on the comments. I'm in New Hampshire. We got nothing but hardwood and some pines. I like fast saw too. Yeah, John, and it's funny if a guy's a really smooth faller. You guys know what I mean by smooth? I am not the smoothest cutter. I'm a saw nut. I build the saws. I'm getting better, friends. I'm always learning. But you watch a seasoned faller, Buckin, for instance, watch him cut. He's smooth. Buckin can run a saw that's a little faster because he's going to have the right chain on it. You guys know what I mean? So I tend to not build for torque. I like torque, but I like a really fast saw because what that's taught me is to not manhandle the saw. I just let it cut. And I find the saws are faster like that. I'm in a saw right now. Fingers greasy here. What are you working on, Buckin? Pioneer? Mac? Hey, Buckin. Hold on. This for you, buddy. You guys think this thing's going to start? This thing's been sitting for a week. Let's see if this thing starts, friends. Oh, yeah. This is a decomp only saw. I'm going to flood this saw live on video, friends. See if we can get this thing going. Uh-oh. Is there any gas in this saw? Not much, friends. Can you tell that I don't plan things? Here we go. Ready? I don't think there's any gas in this saw, friends. Oh, oh, oh. We're not quitting, friends, so this thing's running. There we go. These Macs are funny, friends. I find some of them, this one's usually not too bad. The problem is right now, it's minus 20 outside. and about plus 25 in here. The huge temperature swings, it's hard to tune them right. This saw's a little rich, I can smell it. Now watch, it'll start. There you go, buckin. I'll get this out to you very soon, buddy. I think this might be, this is probably one of the favorite saws I've ever built. I absolutely love this saw. She's a monster. Okay, what were we doing here? Sorry, friends, I get sidetracked. I see all these chainsaws and shiny things. Okay, there we go. Unscripted and live. Stone cold. That thing's still cold, friends. I like a saw that will start when it's minus 30. To me, a saw that won't start in minus 30 is just no good. Whew. Buckin's neighbors are going to hear that for sure. How many people we got in here? My count never refreshes. Yeah, Aaron, that saw, it's an interesting saw because it's very zippy, but it doesn't have a high exhaust roof. It does have a wide exhaust, but I think all the internal mods really, it made that thing super zippy. I mean, it's got a lightened flywheel, lighter crank. The squish is tight. Goes to show you, friends, there's more than, that's a totally different build for me. Low exhaust roof. I case fed the transfers. Not a ton of intake timing in that saw. Wow, 300 plus. You know, friends, 300 people come here to see me tonight. You guys are incredible. We're going to give, how long we been on here? We're going to give that saw away soon, I reckon. Tin Man, would you take a Pro 1010 over a 76 130? I hope Buckin's not listening. No. I don't have a ton of Mac experience, but those 76s are just, they're nasty out of the box. The reason why they port so well is you're starting with a ridiculously strong saw. That saw is held back by a lot of things, but once you get rid of those things, they're nasty, the little 76s. Noah, the 922, I will be digging into that tomorrow. We got to time that saw. I'm probably going to throw it back together. I want to make sure it runs. I've never run that saw. I took it apart to just inspect it. I wanted to know what I was dealing with porting-wise. I've never put a timing wheel on that saw. My plan, friends, and again, it's a plan. It's a hypothesis because I've never done one of those. I'm hoping to take an 80cc, what is that, 78cc, something like that, 77. I'm hoping to turn that up like a 76 and have just an absolute animal of a saw and keeping it lasting. That 76 is probably in the highest state of tune. The 76 I built for Buckin is basically a hot saw. And I don't like using terms, but that thing is basically a hot saw. And I did a lot of mods to that thing to keep it alive because those things run really hot, and it's incredible, absolutely incredible. I recently started working on saws and built 4 of them now because of you, the Iron Horse Buckin and the Bellhopper. Loving it. That's awesome, John. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear about people working on their saws. Sorry, I'm just getting caught up on the messages. If I don't see your message, friends, they fly by. You know, one of these days, Riley, I'm gonna do a 50cc saw. I have ported 50cc saws before I had the channel. I started porting 260s and 026s. I don't run 50cc saws, so I tend to overlook them. For the average firewood cutter, there's more 50cc saws around here than anything. You pull out a 70cc saw, and people look at you like you're crazy here. And then ported. one of these days I'll do it. You know, it's funny, friends. If you go back in the channel, or some of you might remember that day I went to Fab Willie's and we put the full wrap on the 76. I cut a couple of really nasty, big, dead poplars in his backyard. Fab Willie's got land, lots of it, and so I was following these ugly snagged poplars for him just to run the saw. And when we come up through the back path, all of a sudden neighbors started pulling up because it's like they thought we were running a snowmobile or something like that, eh? Dr. Rod Outdoors, just finished my first rebuild. Thanks to you. Love the videos. Right on. That honestly, that's what it's about for me. I try and make content that I want to see. Hey, Echo Glenn, how you doing, buddy? I haven't seen you around in a while. Echo Glenn is a local, well, fairly local. I think he lives about 3 hours from me, but I have an Echo 450 with just a muffler mod. Really opened it up. Would be interesting to see how one would be ported. The old Echo's poured up really well. I've struggled with the 590. I'm not sure, friends. I think I have an ignition issue in that saw. We'll find out. If not, I'm going to open it up and do more grinding on the cylinder. I think my transfer timing, my blowdown, and I'm going to make a blowdown video probably tomorrow, friends. So if you guys are interested in blowdown and what the deal is, I'm going to pull the cutaway back out and make you guys a blowdown video. I think my blowdown is too long on that saw. That saw has a lot of interesting, for lack of a better terms, I'm going to say design flaws. And that is a non-EPA saw, meaning it's an old style saw that they've done things to make it meet emissions. And that creates a different set of problems. We'll see though. We'll get back into that, friends. I have Alexander. I have two 550s blowing up on the shelf. I've just never pulled them out. I got to go through them and make a parts list. I can see them. One of them has 10 hours, and the other one has like 50 hours. They're both thoroughly blown up. A ported 550 XP with a pipe would probably be ridiculous. Hey, Charles Briscoe. There's a guy that knows how to port a 590 Echo. That guy just did a 590. Woo-hoo. Buddy, you know your Echoes. Definitely not his first rodeo, that Charles Briscoe. Oh, what did I do here, friends? Hold on. There we go. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I hit a button. I don't know what happened there. Oh, yeah, Jordan. They're thoroughly blown up. Like, if I pulled one of those down and showed you guys, the fella, his son, 12, 14 maybe, was cutting firewood. And I guess he hit Stihl, and he just kept cutting with her, eh? And whoa, that thing welded itself shut, like thoroughly welded. Hey, William DeBerry, how's it going, buddy? Merry Christmas. So many good people on this channel. How's it going, Jesse Bailey? I'm doing great, buddy. First day of holidays. I got so fired up after work today. I'm like, I'm going live. We're going to give this saw away. I think we're going to give it away very shortly here. It's the season of giving, friends. And what's better than giving a chainsaw away to somebody? You guys asked, how do I enter? For those of you that are here, you know how you enter? Just if you comment on the channel. I see your guys' names. There's so many comments. Of course, I can't answer all of them, but it's like, if you're here and you're on the channel regularly, I get a good feel for you. And if you're a good feller, and you're on the channel, you're entered in any giveaway on this channel. It's just a thank you, and I want people that are part of this channel and understand my message to get a chance to have my sauce. The thing is, for me, friends, is there's only so many hours in a day, so you know, my shop will always stay super low production because it's like, you know, I'm all about quality, and for me personally, quality takes time, and you know, there's only so many saws I can fit in, but I can build saws and give them away. You know, the whole idea of this channel is just to share knowledge. That's all it is. Good, bad. You know, that 590 didn't work out on the first go. I showed it because that's saw porting, friends. There, in my world, sometimes you're gonna blow a saw up. Sometimes they're not going to run right when you're done. I mean, that's just the way saw porting goes. My buddy owns that saw. He was laughing. He's like, I sent you the one saw that you're having problems with. It's like, whatever, buddy, I'll figure it out, right? But it's like, you know, it's that's saw porting. And if you guys have problems, send me an email. I'll help you if I can. It's, you know, and if I don't know, I can ask somebody. Just cut a quick face cord with my 261. Love your stuff, man. Thank you, Michael. Thanks for being here, buddy. Thanks for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. Getting caught up here. This is awesome, friends. You know, getting high-speed internet is just, what a difference. Hey, Saw Nerd. I love that guy. That's a great name. Merry Christmas, buddy. He's been around on this channel. Some of you guys have been here since my early days. Friends, if you're starting a YouTube channel, go back to the beginning of my channel and see the humble beginnings. Turn that camera on, friends. Whatever you do, it don't matter what you do. If you do something and you love it, people will come. If you're, it's YouTube's fun, and that's why I do it. I really enjoy making videos for you guys. And if you know, Buckin always says invest in yourself, and it's true. Who better to invest in than yourself? And if you're enjoying stuff, people will see that in you and they'll come. You know what I mean? I have a 2095 John Thread. I'd like more torque out of it. Any suggestions? Well, Dragon's picks. Probably I would go the route of compression and port work. I wouldn't raise the exhaust roof much. I have never found. Remember that 2095 I had in that video? It was my buddy's. I don't find those run as strong as a 394. Don't get me wrong, they're big monster saws, but I don't know what's holding back those saws. I think they need a muffler, but I would probably go for compression and do a little bit of machine work, drop the cylinder, and maybe a little bit of a pop-up. You don't want too much in a big saw like that because I don't know, my buddy is a 298 XP, friends. It's like brand new. If it's even slightly cold, we're talking 10 degrees above freezing Celsius, that saw is almost impossible to start. I can't start it. Last time we got it going, it took two of us in about 20 minutes. So there's definitely a fine line for me between monster torque, big compression, and runability. So that's what I would do. That's awesome, William. It's good to hear, buddy. Nick Pixel, just a little help for shipping. Add another shelf in the shop, whatever. Thank you, buddy. You're interested. Now that you have the interwebs, though. Yeah, I got the Dishy. I don't know how it works. There's like satellites full. It was so easy, even I could install it. I plugged it in, and the way it went. Hey, Slammer's here. How's it going, Slammer? Tasman? You guys are great. I've met so many good people. Okay, friends. I don't know how long we've been on here. I'm going to do my best to find a Husky. Oh, Steve. Buddy. I would love a 2100. If you ever find one you don't want, buddy, you hit me up. I'll purchase it from you. Never run one, never seen one. There's no big saws here. Very rare, and usually if they are, they're 880s. Yeah, Steve, that would be incredible, buddy. I'm just getting caught up here. How to 21 CD. Okay, friends, it's time. Let's fire this bad boy up, and we're going to give it away. I'm excited. Are you guys excited? It's the season of giving. What's cooler? You guys allow me to build saws and just give them away. It's incredible. Never. You guys are good, folks. Should we do choke ski? No choke ski? This thing's been sitting for a day. Okay, ready? I love this saw, friends. This is what I try and build. This is a Tin Man saw. I want this. Okay, I want to be able to throw this thing down. Notice the compression is coming up nicely on this saw. I'm happy with it, friends. These are my favorite saws to build. They really are. Just get caught up here. Now, friends, you notice how rich this thing is? You can hear it, right? It's a little smoky. First thing, it is cold, but this saw is actually tuned to be outside. So in the warm shop here, it's fat. Like, this thing's way rich. When you run a saw in super cold, freezing weather, the air's denser, you need more fuel. And it's funny, we generally cut firewood in winter here, friends, and what'll happen in spring, a saw that I haven't run since winter, I go to start it, and I'll flood it. And I'm like, what? What's going on here? And then I realize my low jet is quarter turn too far out. Isn't that funny? So makes them start nice, though, as you can see. So just a little recap. So I did everything to this saw that a guy can do. Cleaned and inspected the crankcase, crankshaft. Everything was good. New wrist pin bearing, piston. We got that tight nickel top end from Wolf Creek. Guys, if you need parts, please contact Ryan from Wolf Creek. Tell him the Tin Man sent you. That guy has been phenomenal to not only me, but a lot of people I know are like, Ryan is top. So he helped out with this build, friends. So please, please take the time. If you're looking, most of the parts that are run on this channel are from Ryan at Wolf Creek. So if you want to recreate a build, that's the deal. So tight nickel top end, rebuilt the carburetor, new fuel line, filter. Just basically everything is brand new in this saw, and it looks new. Now, friends, I had a lot of thought about who's going to get this saw. And I don't even know if the fella's here. I'm looking through comments. But you know, it's hard, friends, because you want to clone this saw and give one to everybody, but really, friends, there was only one name the whole time. I'm looking at comments, but friends, one name kept coming up, and it's actually Adam Winchittle. Adam, if you're watching, this is your saw, buddy. Friends, Adam actually sent this saw, and he's a really good fella. I think he's down in Minnesota. He's a farm boy. He could be my neighbor, friends. And he bought this saw or picked it up from a local Husky dealer, and he really wanted to run it, but it needed a top end. The bottom end was no good. And I guess it was just beyond his what he was willing to do. And so what did he do? He's like, I want to give this to the Tin Man. So he reached out to a mutual friend, and I got his contact info, and he's like, hey man, I got this really cherry 268. I would love nothing more for you to build it and give it away to somebody on your channel. And I got to talking to him, and he really needs a saw, and this saw is just beautiful. I thought, you know what, friends, let's let's keep the kindness going forward. That man was so kind to us by allowing us to have this saw on the channel. Look at this thing, friends. That, I thought, you know what, Adam, you get a saw, buddy. I'm so happy to do this for you. The nice thing is it's cold where he lives. This is a great cold weather saw. So it oils like crazy, and I'm just happy. So the winner is Adam Winchittle. Adam, I'll get your contact info, and I'll get this thing in the mail for you. And we're going to do this again, friends. What can I say? This is way too much fun. The fun for me, friends, is actually building the saws. It's funny story. People go, you're going cutting. What do you grab? Ported 365, ported 266. Every time. That's what I run. You tend to run the same saws again and again. I like my vintage saws, and I do pull them out, but it's like, for a lot of you guys to have one saw this size. Remember the last giveaway saw we did, friends? Well, the fellow that won that, he was like so shocked. Those guys cut firewood all the time. Him and his pops, those guys, he's always sending me videos of him cutting firewood. You know what that means to me? Because let's be honest, friend, that saw would be sitting up on the shelf. For that thing to get run all the time, and he's learning about how a ported saw should run, and his production levels going up. I'm honored, friends. Just going to get caught up. Man, there's a lot of good people here. And friends, we'll do it again. Derek LaFold, Adam, congratulations, neighbor. Is Adam in here, friends? I don't know if I seen him tonight, but I like that Adam Winchittle. He's a nice fella. He'll message me once in a while, and he could be my neighbor, friends. Like, him and I live in the same kind of area. He's just, friends, I work on vibrations. You get a feel for people. That guy, that Adam Winchittle is he's a solid guy. And I'm honored to have him run one of my saws. For somebody to run one of my saws, friends, that honors me, because you could run a saw from anybody. The fact that people want to run my saws, there's a lot of good saw builders out there, friends. And that's why I'm all about, I want us as a saw community to be a community. And, what more can I say, friends? We can all learn from each other. Did I miss any? Cliff Palmero, thanks, buddy. Right on. Thanks, Smitty. Appreciate it. So many nice people in here. So many nice people. I guess Adam's not in here. That's okay. We'll surprise him. Friends, I love the autocorrect. Tiffany, Tin Man turns into Tiffany. I get more Tiffany comments every time. I'm like, Tiffany, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's me. I just saw Tiffany, and I know exactly what it is. Look at these mitts, friends. Tin Basher mitts. I do that all the time. I'm typing, and it just sends whatever. Right on. Friends, I'm so excited. Oh, Jordan Mark, there you are, buddy. We're going to have to dig through that saw that Jordan sent us. It's a Makita. I've never run a Makita. It's one of them, like the blue saws. Amos Moses. That's a great song. That is one of my favorite songs ever. Amos Moses. I love it. Sand socks. I'm almost done the fireplace. I mentioned it earlier. I didn't pass my wet inspection. I just got to move that collar up higher. Friends, it was too high. And I'm a sheet metal worker by trade. I install furnaces and ductwork and stuff that catches on fire. I've never done a proper chimney install. I've done chimneys, but not proper, if you guys know what I'm saying. Wink, wink. So I didn't know, and now I do. That collar that was really low, I got to move that up. It's too tall. And the guy says just cut it down, and I'm thinking I'm the Tin Man. I could just so whatever. We took it apart, and we'll get it re-inspected. The nice thing was, friends, he said top notch work. You did a heck of a job. Like he was super impressed. We did pretty much all that in one weekend. So we'll get her done. Yeah, nothing but chainsaws. Tiffany, that's me. Tin Man, aka Tiffany, says the autocorrect. Yeah. Hey guys, Jordan Mark made this for me. It's made out of a file, and it means a lot to me, guys. I have stuff in this shop from so many, and I think of you, and I think how good is it to have so many good people around the world, as your friends in your community. It's just, it's good to be me. Oh, Tubman, yes. Tubman is after Christmas dinner. My family's Ukrainian. If you guys have ever been to a Ukrainian feast, cabbage rolls and pierogies. And let me tell you, I'm good at eating cabbage rolls and pierogies. I try not to eat too much. As I get older, I like to be lighter and lighter, not heavier and heavier. But at Christmas, it's game on. This is great, friends. I love going live. Tin Man, rye or bourbon? I don't drink, friends. Sorry. I don't do it. I used to drink. I find, friends, I'm going to be honest. I used to be a knucklehead. Look at me. I used to be a knucklehead, friends. I cleaned up my act many years ago, and I'm glad I did. Yeah, I don't drink anymore. No, I don't need it anymore. I know so many people that struggle with drugs and alcohol, and it just it breaks my heart to see good people doing that. So I just don't do it anymore. I don't know. Jordan Marg, I was reading something. It's got a bad blade angle though. It's a good beater knife. Yeah, buddy. I can't make a knife. I don't know what you done to make this, but it's sharp. I use it for opening packages when they come. It's sharp, buddy. It's it's sharp. Yeah. I love this knife, man. It's cool. I like knives. They're handy around here. Just making sure I didn't miss any super chats. Saws are way cooler than hooch. Yeah. You think I don't know, like I've known guys and I think of the money they've spent on booze and I'm just like someone told me one time at work, a customer, I work for a builder that does custom houses. He's a good fella, him and his wife, and his wife said to me, she goes, "Yeah, you don't need to drink." She goes, "You're already a personality. You don't need alcohol." And I thought, yeah. NG Hoffman, you're a good dude, Tin Knocker. Love the channel. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Alex T. March, $5 super chat. Keep it up. Just catching up here. Nate Olmstead, send Tin Man an email. You know what, friends? Honestly, my email is in my about page. I try and answer as many as I can. If you haven't heard from me in a week, please feel free to send another one. If I don't get to it, friends, it's a law of numbers, right? And I try. There'll be times where I'll hit 50 emails at once, and then there's times where I can only get to 5 or 10 in a day. But I'm always going through trying to, So if you have a question or anything, you just want to say, hey, send me an email, and I'll do my best to answer your question, or that's what I'm here for, friends. This is the channel of sharing knowledge. Merry Christmas, Tim Miller. You guys are awesome. Seriously, you know, I can't wait for a buckin stock. I can't wait to meet you guys, you know, when we can all be together and that'd be fun. You know, it would be fun to sit around with a bunch of you guys in real time and you know, we could talk saw porting if you guys are interested. It would be cool, Harv and I sitting there and we could answer, maybe Donnie Walker could come. How much fun would that be if we could have just a real, you know, saw porting talk? I'm open and honest, friends. Sometimes I don't show things. The things I don't show are the things that'll get most people into trouble. You know what I mean, friends? There's certain moves that have to be used sparingly as we get going. Oh, yes, Mrs. Tinman said, fill in the subject line. If you put it in the subject line, what the email's about, that really helps, friends. I get a lot of emails, people offering products and stuff like that. It's a YouTube thing, friends. Any of you guys that have a channel probably know. I don't know, friends. I struggle with that. If the right product came along and I thought you guys would be interested, I might show a product on this channel, but I'm not there, friends. So if you could put something in the header, that would be great. Yeah, buckin stock will be epic. I'd like to drive the wood weasel there. Mama Taz, I was wearing the patented Mama Taz plaid pajama pants yesterday, splitting firewood. I should include that in a video. Merry Christmas, Trevor. Yeah, go on my about page, Nate, and on my homepage, if you click on that, it'll say about. My email's there, tinmansaws@gmail.com. Thank you, Nate. I appreciate that, buddy. I run a 3120 with a 64-inch bar. Oh, we're buffering here. Are you guys buffering too? I'm buffering. Oh, there we go. This internet's been pretty good, friends. I'm just waiting. I'm buffering. We may have to shut this down. So hold on, friends. If you guys are still there, I'm going to see if I can... Okay. There we are. I'm back. Are you guys still there? There we go. No, I was buffering, friends. I guess my my internet hit some shim sham in the flim flam and got a little confused. I'm back now. So let me there you go. Turn the light up on my phone. There we go. I gotta say, friends, this internet, I'm like 100 feet away from the house, from the Wi-Fi router, and it still works. We're back. Sorry, 3120 with a mill. I get asked that all the time about porting a saw for a mill. I personally don't think a ported saw should be on a mill. The reason why, I have a friend that mills constantly. That guy lives to mill slabs. He's got 298, 880s, 084, 395, like you guys name it. And he mills all the time. And one thing I know about milling saws is that is really, really hard on them, and they run super hot. Milling is a game of low and slow, and if you port a saw, you'll usually get more chain speed. The chain's going to get hotter. if I was going to port a saw for milling, and I've thought about this for quite a while, I wanted to build like the ultimate milling saw. I would probably slow it down, give it more torque, and put a pipe on it to get it to breathe to keep it cooler. The average port job that you see, I probably wouldn't strap that to a mill. I don't think it would last. That 288 that I ported, you guys saw on video for my buddy, he did do some milling with that. I'd have to ask him how much it's been on a mill. I didn't port that for milling, so if it lasted, then, you know, if I'm wrong about ported saws for milling, friends, I would tell you, but milling's really hard on a saw. Just going through the comments here, friends. Yeah, you know what's funny, Jojo? I've never even run a 460. They're all over the place here. So would you buy a saw used for milling? Yeah, I would buy a saw that's been on a mill. Milling blows saws up, though, from what I've seen around here. I mean, friends, I spent a lot of times fixing saws before I had the channel. Milling can be really, really hard on a saw. My buddy, when he mills, that saw is 4-stroking almost the whole time. He runs them fat, like blubbering. He's never lost a saw in a mill. He had one 880 that leaned out, but other than that, low and slow is the game when you're milling. Lots of oil and make sure that chain's sharp. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with milling with a chainsaw. It's a game of slow and steady. Yeah, see, Iron Horse told me the same thing about ported saws and milling. Kevin Z says, yeah, and it's most guys I know that won't port a saw if it's going on a mill because it's honestly, friends, it's probably going to blow up. Maybe we can do a test one day. I don't mill, friends. I would like to, but it's another hobby to get into and a time thing, right? I would like to do some milling in the future, but how's that, man? Yeah, some guys mill with really small saws, and like friends, if you're gonna mill, buy a big saw, like big 394 and up, like 95 cc's and bigger. I would say is the happy spot for a milling saw. I know they're expensive and it's a huge undertaking to get into milling the bars and all that, but honestly, friends, if you're gonna mill, buy a big saw and never look back and run it fat, like blubbering. You'll never have a problem. Yeah, like a 925 home light would be fine on a mill. Governed carb, lower chain speed. Because remember, friends, when you're cutting end grain, that's really hard on the chain. The chain gets hot. That heats up the clutch heats up the crank heats up the bearings. And then as that fuel and air goes into the bottom end, it's entering a hot case. What does that do? It leans out the saw. And then, boom. A failure on a mill is usually pretty catastrophic from what I've seen. Like complete failure of the bearings is usually what I see with parts going up the transfers and then the saw blows up. Okay, friends, I don't know how long we've been on. How long we've been on here, friends? A couple hours? I want to do this regularly. I really enjoy hanging out with you guys. I got the fire crackling. I put some oak in there tonight. We weren't messing around, friends. Oh, Terry Heffernan. Hey, Tin Man, how's it going? Enjoy watching and listening to you from the Okanagan. HVAC guy myself. Right on, buddy. Tin bashers are hardworking fellas. Everything's overhead. Usually working on timelines, and I love it though, friends. I've been working with sheet metal basically my whole adult life. I absolutely love it. Oh, it's warm in here, Mama Taz. It's like it's probably 75 or 80 degrees in here. I was feeling nostalgia. This old toque, friends. This is the last toque my grandmother made me. Uh, we lost her last year, unfortunately. She was 95 though, friends. So she had a good long life, but I was just feeling nostalgic. It's the last toque Bob knit me, and it's Christmas time, and you guys know the deal. Yeah, 70 cc and up, William DeBerry. I tend, yeah, I agree with that. I tend to go, if you're milling small logs, you can probably get away with a smaller saw. But to me, bigger's better because it's going to mill it quicker if it's small. And if you get into a big slab, you're going to do it. You guys know what I'm saying? And again, it's just my opinion. I always tend to err on the side of more horsepower is more better, if you guys know what I'm saying. Yeah, friends, next time we go live, I will definitely go and just put a community feed. I couldn't get back into the live. Isn't that funny? Are oil furnaces boilers popular up there? Yes and no. Um, Boilers are very common in commercial applications up here. Gas fired, we usually use natural gas here. Nobody burns oil here pretty much anymore. You do get some propane. I was talking to a buddy about this the other night. Propane bottles tend to get cold with usage, right? Especially when it's cold out. Not a lot of people heat with propane anymore. Here, natural gas or electric forced air is what pretty much everybody has. And central air conditioning. It gets really hot and muggy here in the summer and really cold in the winter. So, uh, oh, I missed one here. Oh, Bradley's on Catbird. Ugh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut. Start again, Tin Man. Bradley's on Catbird Hill. Please take Miss Tin Man out for dinner. Stay warm, my friend. Thank you, buddy. I got your saw right there. I like that saw. The old the partner. That thing's cool. Thank you, buddy. I really appreciate it. You're a good fella. How about geothermal? Wayne the Duke Lamont. I was in the geothermal game early on. They were pushing it pretty hard here. Mrs. Tinman would probably tell me 15 years ago, I want to say, I got heavy into geothermal installs. The problem is here, it's too hot in the summer, so you still need an air conditioner, and it's too cold in the winter. So, what was happening, we put these units in, and it's too cold. And they were having to put like a two 5 kV, 5 kilowatt um, um, heat strips in there. I found for our climate, they didn't work very well. They're great if you're heating. Geothermal's popular out here if guys are heating multiple large buildings on a farm. But for the average customer, we found they were very complicated, time consuming, expensive. But yeah, geothermal's cool if you have the right setup. It's definitely not a one size fits all. Yeah, see, Wayne saying he has geothermal in his home. They definitely do work in milder climates than ours. We tried them here. They worked, but not. It gets really cold here sometimes. We're talking -50, and that really works a heating system. And what we're finding is they had a hard time keeping up. Unfortunately, because geothermal's neat, uh, taking taking the temperature out of the ground and having your house the same temperature year round is such a neat idea with water, right? Or I guess it's glycol in most cases, but it's pretty neat. How warm is it there, Nick Pixel? It looks warm where you guys are at. Like, do you guys not have winter there? You're only like, I'm up here. I think you guys are only about here on the map. Is here that much higher and colder than here? I find this world fascinating. Like, I talk to my Australian friends and it's winter there. And or it's summer there and it's hot. And I'm just like, this world's so big. 35 degrees. So yeah, it's above zero. That's not bad actually. Nick, I thought you guys would actually be colder there. Interesting. Because I know the Iron Horse, where he's in Western New York. It's pretty cold there. They get a lot of snow. It's not as cold as here, but they get hammered pretty good over there. We were, except for the last 3 days, we have had unreal temperatures. Hey, that's always nice to have a little break from the cold. That happened. This year's been weird. It's been like this, super hot, super cold. It's rained here. It was raining here the other night. We left work, me and the boys, and I got in my van and it was raining. It was just warm enough to rain, but cold enough for it to freeze. I've never this. Thank you, Buckin Billy Ray, for talking about Tin Man in your videos. Both of you guys rock. Thanks, Jesse. Yeah, that Buckin's a good fella. I'll never forget the day my phone rang, and who was on the other end? Buckin Billy Ray. Oh, that was a neat day. Yeah, that was a pretty cool day, friends. And then it's like, what? You want me to build you a saw? I'm glad I did, though. I threw everything I had at that. XL76. Okay, friends. I think we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to go in and eat some supper. We're going to do this again. Next time, I'll put a community post, or I'll phone a friend, Nick Pixel, and ask, how do I get into the live feed? I couldn't get back into the live feed, friends. I was like hitting buttons, and I'm like, okay, so for you guys that were waiting in there, I apologize. I'm a tin basher, saw, wrench, not the best IT guy, but I'm always learning, friends. Okay, friends. Anyhow, thanks for being here. It means a lot to me that you guys show up here and watch my content. I don't take that lightly, friends. We're not going to change here. This is the channel of positivity and onward and upward. If you guys need my help, tinmansaws@gmail.com. And please feel free. If you just want to say, hey, send me an email. And I'd love to hear from you guys. Anyhow, night, everybody. Merry Christmas. We'll be back in next week. I'm off next week. We got some projects around the house, but I'll jump back in, make some more content, and I'm sure we'll go live at some point. Thanks for being here, everybody. Really appreciate you guys. As always, thanks for watching. Take her easy. Later, guys. Thanks for being here.